When did you first grow curious about the paranormal? Dare you dig deeper? You are listening to Hounds of Asher.
Hey everybody, you probably have forgotten what my voice sounds like. It's been a minute. It's been a little bit of a, I don't know what you would call it. Some would call it a sabbatical. I would call it a been been down sick. I've been sick for a bit, and I've been battling something called the Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever. And what's weird, I don't remember running a fever with it, but it definitely put the crunch on me. Lots of body aches and fatigue and nausea and all that kind of neat stuff. But anyway, it's I'm on a second dose of medication and I'm feeling a little bit more like myself. So I said I'm gonna hop on here and I don't know how long I'm gonna do. I might do 15 minutes. I might do 30 minutes. I'm not sure. But it's just wanting to touch base with you guys. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've talked to you, and I am not usually do much in regards of talking a whole lot about my medical business, just because yeah, it's I'm kind of a private guy. But here's the thing, I appreciate you guys checking in on me. I appreciate you guys, just reaching out. Hey, we're worried about you. What's up? And that's what's going on. Some of you guys, keep up with me on my Facebook page, which I probably should say if just to throw it out there out of respect for the people that carry me. Obviously I go through Spreaker, and then that goes to iHearts, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and my YouTube page, the House of Asher podcast on YouTube. But the big one, the Lord High of all the people that carry me, and they carry me worldwide, is Para UK Radio, and these fine folks are just across the pond. And it's funny, I did some genetic testing and just ancestry stuff, and apparently almost exclusively my genetics come from England in Greater London. So if there's somebody out there related to me, hey, how you doing, cuz? Hope you guys are doing well. But as always, I am very much in the debt to those folks for being kind enough to carry this show globally. It's a real blessing, and it means a whole lot to me. But so anyway, now that we kind of got that out of the way, I was going to talk to you guys a little bit. I'm kind of doing a solo thing here, so hope you can put up and deal with my voice for a few minutes. But anyway, something that is coming up. This is actually on the date of the recording of this. This is December the 5th, 2019, year of our Lord and whatnot. So anyway, I was reading some stuff about traditions that fall out of vogue after a while. Some things you can kind of get it. Some, certain things that maybe touch on not 100% disrespectful, but sort of just it's just not. You just shouldn't. Things like let's say, okay, like say blackface. That would be super offensive to most people nowadays. So it kind of fell out of vogue, right? So and people don't really do it. There's tons. If you go watch it, good God, like old Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff like that, I had no clue, right? We're growing up. Did it make me go out and do blackface and hate crimes? No, but it's a different world. People's feelings are different now. I grew up in the '70s and the '80s. And speaking of which, I actually just had my 50th birthday. Christ, I'm old. I am ancient. I am half of a century. And so there's that. I've seen all kinds of dumb stuff come and dumb stuff go, and cool stuff come and cool stuff go. And hopefully I'll be around a little bit longer with you guys. But anyway, I actually forgot to mention at this at the beginning of this. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm just sort of throwing it out there. This is very loose type affair, so bear with me. But so anyway, one of the things that I was reading up on was the Christmas tradition. This was more of a kind of a maybe not Edwardian, definitely Victorian era tradition of people reading ghost stories at Christmas. Which if you look at the Dickens stories, a lot of them had to do with spirits. I mean, it was in the time of spiritualism. It was a time of all that. What did they tell Ebenezer Scrooge? You will be visited by three spirits. They're spirits, right? It's not any vague elements to that. It's like these are spirits. So anyway, so it's a ghost story. Deal with it, people. It's a ghost story, and I dig that. I would like to see that. I would like to see that return. Which in our family, there's a show here, which is globally now, but it was an American play that became a movie, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and you had Frank, Dr. Frank in it, and then you had Eddie, and you had all the different ones, Magenta and Columbia, and all those crazy folks, and we would always watch it at Thanksgiving because they carve up Eddie and they serve him to the guests, which sorry, spoiler alert, if you've not seen this thing, it's like 40 years old. Okay, I'm sorry, that's on you, not me. But I love it, and it's real funny, and the kids love it, and they dance, and it's a good time. Well, the same sort of lighthearted, kind of on the, I don't want to say necessarily even on the chin. It's just, to me, it's just fun. It's sometimes it can get, oh man, a lot of times Thanksgiving and stuff like that can be really hard, and a lot of times families don't get along, and a lot of times people say, well, now I remember why we moved away, or whatever, and but you're not going to fight during Rocky Horror Picture Show. Everybody's going to get along. Everybody's going to have some good times, but I think the same is true with Christmas. People put a lot of stress on themselves. It's always like, is this the doll that Judy's going to want, and blah blah blah. Did I get the right game system? Is this the one that's got the extra controller, and da 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 da? And people lose sight that it's about people, and it's about gathering together, and it's the gift of time, and the gift of entertaining one another, and the gift of catching up and slowing down. Back in the olden days, it was more of a thing that winter people were snowed in, and everything was taken down a notch. Things got a little bit slow. People could think and talk and, not slam through gifts and be down for the, visit this other group of family or visit this and there. Oh, we got to hurry up. We got to get things going. We got to get to that black sale, or whatever, the blowout or whatever that's going on. They're always trying to pull you in to buy something in one of the department stores or online anymore. Department stores are almost like a thing of the past, except for things like Walmart, which are, they've got a monopoly on stuff. So anyway, but people would sit around, have their porridge or whatever, like the custard or whatever it is they're drinking, eggnog. So, and they would tell ghost stories, and they would sit, and sometimes they were, from actual writers, and sometimes it was stuff they would come up with on their own. And I really dig that. I think it should be a thing. I mean, you have Nightmare Before Christmas, right? Everybody loves that. Which is it? Is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? I say play it on Arbor Day. Mess with people. There's trees involved, whatever. There's trees in every show. But I dig that. I don't know what you guys think about it. I know some of you guys that are listening may not even celebrate Christmas, and that's fine. I will take pretty much any holiday, anything that people can get together and be cool. I don't care if it's Kwanzaa. I don't care. It's whatever. It means no, never mind to me. I am down like a clown for, people getting together and just joking and all this stuff. So anyway, you obviously know I don't want to say I'm a party guy. I'm not a party guy, but you know what I mean. I love gatherings. I love seeing the old folks and see how much the little ones have grown and whatnot. Okay, again, so you're going, okay, Steve, what has this got to do with the paranormal? What has this got to do with ghosts? What has this got to do with blah, blah, blah? Okay, obviously, I mentioned a little bit that it touches on ghosts due to the fact that there's ghost stories. But, people always think about, oh, well, at Halloween, the veil's thinnest and stuff. But people forget, there's, winter solstices too, and all these different things and different times throughout the end of the year. And, so people are visited in times like that. And just if you look at stuff like the signalmen and things like that, there's just different stories, from like Dickens and people like that. Sometimes it touches on just such gatherings, the movie, I think it was called the Ghost Story, or A Ghost Story, and it had the what was his name? He spoke very much like this. Yeah, he was like a financial banking commercial guy. Anyway, he was huge, really, at the time. It was like Michael Caine. He was in everything. But so anyway, and it centered around holidays and parties and blah blah blah, and which obviously it took a dark turn, but you can let yourself go with this. It doesn't have to be so stuffy, so stuffed shirt that you can have fun with it. I'm down with it. Halloween is fun. 4th of July, fun. New Year's Eve, right? People were probably piss blind drunk, deep in the drink, as it were. But, I don't know. At this point, I don't know how many of you guys are like 70s, 80s kids. Like, you go back, there was like, happy Death Day about birthdays. There'd be like, Friday the 13th, Halloween, this, and that. There'd be like, Black Christmas. That's a classic. So they kind of were doing every holiday, everything, what was it? Give me 1 second. It was a Poultrygeist, or like Thanksgiving and stuff, just kind of really not even B quality movies like Q grade movies, but they were fun, still are fun. I like watching crappy movies. I like, I'm saying crappy stories, but why not have fun with it? Let's not be so serious, guys, because the thing that I've learned in the short time that I have been dealing with my Rocky Mountain spotted fever and also my immune thrombosis, which is another little joke that fate threw in on me. That's okay. Is that we're not getting out of here alive. Now, slow down. I'm not locked in my studio with a high-powered rifle or something. What I'm trying to say is that's a gift. Once you know that we're not going to be here forever, it puts stuff in perspectives, and it really, the small stuff really is small stuff. Just, I'm not saying necessarily live for today, but definitely live for the week. Plan ahead, do whatever, but some things you're going to have to understand you have no control over, and that's okay, because that's entropy. It's a matter of course, and that's what's going to happen, for most people. And if you're a strong faith, and I mean this with no pun intended, God bless you, that's wonderful. But some of us that are, aware that we are streaking through cosmic space and, a solar system, in a quadrant of a galaxy amongst a whole group of galaxies and gigantic nebulas and hurling, into God knows what, I just kind of let it slide. I have to let it slide, due to the fact that it will make me buggy if I don't. So that's what I'm saying, folks. I think it was said best on Saturday Night Live when they said, "Smoke 'em if you got 'em." Because again, we are here for a finite time, and those gatherings, a lot of times we get together and not everybody not everybody made it throughout the year. Sometimes we lose people to health issues, to senseless crime, to just god awful, final destination things, just horrific accidents, and sometimes people just fade away from each other, and they're no longer in the same circles anymore. But so take all these meetings and moments that you got with each other, and really try to focus on that. Because I want you guys to have a really good holiday. I plan on having some shows between now and Christmas. But like I said, again, this is just sort of a, hey guys, this is what's going on. Because I had X amount of shows set up, kind of in the kitty, for, say I wanted to do a vacation, or if I wanted to do whatever, or as you guys know, I have special needs kids. So, if a kid was in a hospital, I had it on backup. So anyway, I just want to jump in here and again, kind of talk to you guys and let you know that, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys supporting me. And I guess I probably should do a senseless plug. Those that, have read the books, as you know, the Hauntings of the Kentucky State Penitentiary, Habitual Hauntings at the Castle is out. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the last of the Hauntings of stuff I'm doing. I'm not saying I won't write some on ghosts, but it's not going to be a series like that. And I have the short stories book coming out early part of the year, and then Kentucky County's books coming out, and also that part, little part of the year. Looking into writing about various locations, writing about communications with spirits and different things. I don't want to let too much go, just due to the fact that it's still in the the jotting process, but that's happening. And you can go to steveeasher.com, check it out. And please go, if you do like the books, I should go ahead and just mention it. If you like the books, and say you got them from Amazon, say you got it from Amazon UK or Amazon Canada or Amazon wherever, Tanzania, whichever. If you'd like it, please leave a favorable review. 4 or 5 stars would be freaking amazing, and always helps push my book out there into bigger audiences. And that's what I'm trying to do, is get this book out and let people know, what I'm trying to do. But also, you can go to Goodreads or any different review area. But I do want to make sure that you guys do know I appreciate it with everything that goes on, especially during the holidays. I had just had a birthday November 30th. And so between that, my diagnosis, different kids with different, codes and flus during this season, not to mention, boom, there's Thanksgiving, boom, there's Christmas, boom, right? Everybody's scrambling to pay their taxes at the end of the year and whatnot. But I'm here. I'm still here. And I plan on being around for a long time. And do have some great guests coming on. I'm not going to let anything out, because that way, God forbid, if something happens, then I have to reschedule. You guys won't be mad at me. I don't want to make you guys mad at me. I appreciate you. But again, go out there and enjoy yourself. I love you guys to death. I know this is a little bit of a more serious talk. I'm usually a little bit more goofy on the mic, but it means a lot. And I could not do what I do without you guys. So, that being said, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day and go out and get some sun on your face. But as the sun sets behind the pines and the shadows grow long, make sure to look under your bed, down the hallway, and in your closet. You never know what you might find in there. You might find, like some old Christmas ornaments when you were really a kid, when you had just a horrendous haircut. Maybe Uncle Sal had too much to drink and, threw up in the giblets. I don't know. God forbid. Help us all. But I want you guys to enjoy yourself. Have a great time. Come back next time here at the House of Asher. But until next time, stay scared, everybody.